guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Strategizing cosplay, and today we are back again, guys, with The Last Kingdom. Episode 5, Season 1.
Yes, last episode we became an hostage for the Vikings. They took a fortress, and well, Alfred went for, again, negotiations, but it's not really negotiations when he's basically saying you've got 1 month to leave, otherwise you'll starve, and bye.
No, I don't think that he's understood quite the concept about negotiating and asking people requests.
In his mind, negotiating is offering good terms, and then that's it. There's no negotiation going on, but still. So he did send a few hostages in because he needed Uthred in there to tell him when Ubba was gonna come back, because he left for Ireland because Ivar died and he went to avenge him. So he wanted someone inside to, keep an ear out for his return. And it was dangerous because as soon as they heard about Ubba's return, they were gonna kill all the hostages.
And they did.
Yeah, and Uthred managed to leave only because his brother Ragnar was over there with Brida. They're together now. There were some tensions. I mean, they're not very happy that he's got a wife and child now, hence a reason to go back with the Saxons after the year that he promised. And so they fought about that, but still they defended him in the end, and they managed to, give him a head start, so they let him go. So at least that went well, and we just lit the beacon so everyone knows that Ubba is returning. We're gonna have a fight eventually, maybe. Yeah. So this is pretty much what happened last episode. I did not mention, but yes, we do have a wife and a child,
and
so
a
that's
son.
cool. A
The
son,
baby's born,
yes.
yeah.
So we're gonna see them this episode probably. I'm excited to see how he's gonna react. And so yeah,
I can't wait, and I'm scared of the next line.
Because they're gonna be fighting each other. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so this is our weird intro. Let's jump in this episode and see what happens. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you want to know when these episodes come out, and check out our Patreon for the full reactions.
Yeah. So let's watch it, guys.
We outnumber them, I feel.
We outnumber them if you count the farm boys and women, Lord.
We hold the high ground, they must come to us.
And if they decide to wait, Lord,
Why would they?
because we are sat isolated on this high ground. And supplies are low.
They don't know that. We bide our time, hold our position. With luck, Alfred will see off Guthrum and provide us with reinforcements.
Must be so stressful to be in a time of war when you have to make decisions like this, and you know that if you make the wrong one, a lot of people will die.
Alderman Uthred, we feared you had been killed.
But you were not as a miracle, or something less godly.
Where is she?
What?
Where's my wife and child?
She's safe. You brought her here?
She's safe, did you not hear him? Put away your dagger!
Swear that you haven't laid a hand on her.
I will do no such thing.
Lord, you will take your blade away from my lord, and you will do it
He's
now.
a new father, okay? Give him a chance.
Arsene, all you have to do was get down from your horse and ask, have you seen my wife?
That would have been the better choice, yes.
Then young Otter wouldn't have shit himself.
I like this so much.
I've known Ubba since I was 11 years old. He's the greatest warrior I've ever seen. But he's cautious. He listens to the gods always. You have your time. But I say again, we should attack.
We attack, we'll be outflanked.
Listen
What
to
if we were
him.
able to outflank the Danes?
How?
We burn their ships. Even if it's just 3 or 4, they'd be running to the fire.
Then we attack.
They'll be disorganized.
Hey!
Who would set the fires?
I will. Alone.
Kind of like an Assassin's Creed.
But I'll need your word that you'll attack as soon as the fires have taken hold.
You have it.
Okay.
Thank you. Nice
If
plan.
you succeed, Lord, you'll have saved Wessex.
Well, hopefully he, puts in a good word for Uthred too, because it's his idea, and he's the one that does most of the job.
Chicken pig's fat.
Yeah, like you said, he had this idea with what happened at the cooking thing. He's not dumb. I like that. He's reckless a little bit, and he's passionate, which makes him act out of anger sometimes, but...
If he succeeds, is an attack likely to be successful?
Don't listen.
better.
Stop it. Stop
Escape this hill.
talking.
we could return to Winchester without the loss of a single man.
Excepting Uthred.
Yeah, he's fine with that, of course.
Father, if what Uthred says about the storm is true, and Guthrum's fleet is all but destroyed,
But now would be the time to destroy
We could join
Ubba's
forces
fleet,
with
and
Alfred.
then...
Alfred wants you to destroy this army.
makes sense.
He's a fucking snake, and we get rid of
He
him.
doesn't like him, he's in love with Mildred.
I know. And he didn't like Alfred to begin with either.
I gave him my word.
Yes.
He will die. You can call him a hero.
Fuck off, don't listen. With everything he's been doing for Wessex this far, he deserves your loyalty, you know, at least. If you give him your word, you should, you know, follow with that word. Casually walking, let's go. His advantage is that he looks like a Dane, so from afar, no one will ask questions.
No.
I mean, he's pretty good.
And nobody's seeing a man flying...
Well, no, they're on the other side of camp.
Ships to fire! Ships to fire!
But then the water will make it go kind of like before.
Yeah, because it's technically fat and old.
He's like that. Oh, go fetch buckets of water. Woo!
Lord Otter, we're ready. But to do
Please,
what?
be ready to fight, please.
I think he was waiting to see if Uthred was going to succeed.
He's done it.
Attack.
We attack.
Thank you. Oh, fuck this son of his.
Casually walking away.
Oh.
Fudge. Oh no, we better run! Fuck, run!
Well, he can kill a couple and then leave.
Are you afraid of me?
Well, no, that's not the plan.
Hang on, man! I will make the square!
Dude, you were told not to fight him.
Will you fight me?
Although it's a good opportunity to get rid of
I'll
them.
fight you, Ubba, if that's what you want. But you'll die.
Fetch him a shield.
At least it's not a distraction for the Danes.
Yeah, they don't know that, you know, the army's coming, so.
Your half-naked lord, you might catch a chill.
This will not take long.
I do love his confidence though in his skills.
He's gonna fight on equal grounds.
First blood or to the death?
What do you
Close
think?
to that.
At least he asked. It's not starting well.
He is not an experienced fighter.
I
to
know.
be honest.
I am a bit worried. At least he's good on his feet, you know? Think of your wife and child. You can die today. Okay. Oh, okay. Will youth beat experience? Oof. Oh, shit. Ouch. He beat him.
Yeah, he did.
And just because you didn't want to wear boots. Oh my god. Okay, bye, Ubba.
Go to Valhalla, Lord.
Ubba's dead. If this were Vikings, would be crying. This is our Ubba, technically.
Yes, I know.
Fuck.
At least he's not a warrior.
And I mean, the respect you must have just gained, but they still want to kill you.
Run!
Yeah, they'll still want to kill you.
Better run!
No, the army's coming, so don't worry about that. That's fine.
Oh, nice!
Just putting him in the shield wall. There you go. It's not the same as when they were training. No.
Oh my god, they're so cool!
Yeah. It's exactly like the training. You did it, buddy. Wow.
And
Is it
Ubba's
over?
men are gonna be
No.
scared, dispersed, not organized because the leader is dead.
Like, he probably gained a lot of respect because of his fighting skills, but then he did kill one of their, you know, leaders.
Yeah.
If they didn't hate him before, they will hate him a lot now.
Inside your belly, Arthur. You have a task ahead. You go directly to Alfred and you kneel at his feet and tell the bastard you have saved Wessex.
In those
I'll go
words.
to Mildred.
If you don't do it, some other bugger will. And there will be reward.
Men have seen it. They know what I've done. Let
They
them
take
tell
advantage
Alfred.
of that.
I need to see my son.
Oh.
You're a turd.
How is the mood in the camp?
It's good, Lord. The men are well.
Afraid?
No, no more than usual.
I worry that I do not inspire them. That they do not see me as a warrior.
You're too much in your
Well,
head.
you got one at your side that you can use as your next general.
Yeah, but he's the king. He needs to speak from here when he speaks to his soldiers.
True.
What is this?
Ah, watch him mess things up.
You
Things
left
up.
with the sword, with the axe, right?
Would I have a gift for you?
Should have buried Ubba with his
Ubba is
axe.
dead. His army is defeated. This is true. It is, Lord. 2 days ago.
Praise God. Praise him.
Well, then Wessex is saved. It is, for a time.
Of course, no mention of how it happened. At least he didn't lie about this, but it's because he had people behind him who could have been like, whoa, whoa, what?
Yeah.
But him being the one that gives the axe, it kind of means that, oh, you know, I'm getting the reward, which is bullshit.
Uthred! Uthred, your sword!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. He thought he was coming back a hero, and now he's coming back as this.
Father Beocca here believed me dead. And yet just days ago, I was at Kernwit with Lord Odda. It was Lord Odda and I who devised our battle plan. Did the boy not say?
Uthred, stop. Now.
No, he not said because he
Perhaps
doesn't
you'd like
like
to speak
you.
now.
Odda, you will say nothing.
Perhaps you'd like to describe Ubba's death.
Lord, I would like to invite the aldermen here to join us in giving thanks and prayer.
Giving thanks? For what? For victory? For the death of the pagan? Who do you think killed the pagan? It was his axe against my sword. His sword!
Dude,
Is
you're
there anyone
crossing
here
lines.
organized? Be still. Everyone be still and be silent.
At least we know Alfred doesn't really like young Ubba, so maybe he will listen.
I have heard enough. You have said enough. This is not seemly.
No, but
Now
still.
sheathe your sword and remember where you stand. Lord, what I'm saying to you,
Yeah, it's,
you will go directly to the courtyard and you will wait for me to pass judgment. Judgment? For what? I've done nothing wrong. You will be quiet!
He never gets any thanks for what he does.
No, at least his wife is at his side and she's going for him.
Like, the way he did it is not good,
No.
but he still spoke true. Alfred is mad right now, but at least I hope he heard what he said.
You must lay flat, kiss the cross.
Kiss my ass, you and your God.
I need to find wealth. But here it's impossible. The Danes, they would see it and take it.
And that is what we do. We become Danes and we plunder. Those men we have schooled, others who were at Kernwit, they will follow you.
Wait, are you being genuine?
You're saying that we raid.
Here in Wessex? No. You do not shit at your own table. Cornwallen. We take it from the Britons.
Ah.
Do not say yes. Not yet. Think. I'll do the same.
I mean, yeah, both of them, I guess, are pissed off that the one who did not want to fight gets the credit. I get it. Could they take a place back in Alfred's name eventually? And be like, dude, you know, we made a dent in the map? Because I know right now he's pissed off, but it's still the best option.
Did the baptism go well?
It's a fine tree.
Yes, Lord, I'm taking it to Wiggles Mill for splitting.
He buys it.
He splits it, Lord. We need timber for repairs.
How much is a tree like this worth? 8, 9 shillings?
He's calling him out.
I'm not certain, Lord.
How much does he pay you for my timber?
Lord, here's one tree.
How much does he pay you?
Lady, please.
How much
He
does he
told
pay
you.
you for my timber?
Uthred, no!
You be quiet.
Oh, he's about to die. He's about to die. He's done. He's like completely done with being taken advantage of.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, but it's gonna lose Mistress.
I don't think she has a right to leave, so unfortunately.
That was justice.
Oh my god, okay. Oh boy, that was a big episode. Oh, a lot happened.
Would you say that that was justice?
Well, yeah, technically, yes. He was, you know, he suspected that he was stealing from him. You know, he suspected that since he was in charge of the land, you know, something was going on. He found him whoring away in his own house, so that was a first strike. He did warn him that if he ever, you know, crossed him in any way possible again,
Take
he
him
would
for a
kill
fool
him.
again,
Yeah,
yeah.
he told him, and it's true that from what we've seen so far, following religion to deal justice and, you know, following this one king who's not everywhere all the time, so he doesn't know all the facts, and whenever he gets information, he's just like, well, fine, I mean, that must be true, and he gives rewards, you know, to people he thinks, oh, deserve it, and it's not necessarily the right people, and you're just there, you know, trying your hardest, putting yourself in danger to do things right, and all you get for your, you know, your trouble is punishment. I get why he's talking about, you know, how justice doesn't work through the church, basically. You know, he did, you know, the way he came at it, like, Mildred is right. He has a lot of anger. He feels like he deserves his land, his kingdom, his riches. He feels like he deserves a lot. At first he wasn't willing, I thought he wasn't willing to fight for it, and now, I mean, he's been fighting for it, so that's good. But even when he fights for it, he doesn't get shit. It's true that he comes off a bit strong, going into the church, interrupting prayers, not listening to advice. He was told that if he didn't go to Alfred first, you know, others were gonna take the credit. I think he's used to, you know, people seeing what you do and giving you the respect that you deserve with the Danes and their ways. So he was not expecting this, and now, I mean, it happened. He went into the church with his sword and basically threatened the king. Yes, that deserves punishment, for sure.
At least he's not dead.
At least he's not dead. That deserves punishment. I agree. It was harsh. It was big. It was unforgivable. So he's really lucky to be alive. But still, nothing has been done about Ada. Nothing has been done about him being given the credit, like Uthred being given the credit for what he did at the hill. Yeah, I get why he's angry. I don't know how that is going to turn out. I don't know how that's going to evolve. I don't know if Mildred is going to be fine eventually about this. I do get that, you know, he dealt justice on his on the guy that was in charge of his farm and stuff, and on his land, because he had warned him, and the guy was stealing his trees. He was stealing his money, and it's been going on for too long. The way he went at it was the Danes' way. for
Yeah.
sure. I think he's tried a bit to, work for Wessex and act as a Saxon, and it turned out awful. So now I think he's decided, you know what, I'm a Dane and they will always see me as a Dane. So what's the point of trying? I will deal my justice in a Dane's way.
What was his friend's name again? The one who's calling Harsling?
I don't remember.
Well, his friend said something really important. I think that people will follow those who were at the hill.
Yeah, they saw him do
will
his thing.
follow him if he wants to raid another country, another place. And I think that if he does that and he get wealth and fame,
Well, he
and
wants wealth because he deserves some kind of reward for what happened at the hill, and Udda is getting all of it. So yes, there are a lot of soldiers, him included, that are mad about what's going on.
I mean,
so getting, the wealth is one thing, but then they want to take I don't remember what the name of the place was, but they want to take this place from the Britons, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Britons? Anyway, I don't know how they call them.
Britons?
Yeah. So they want to take this place from them. That's fine. Can they do anything with it after? Or are they just going to take the land? Because a raid doesn't necessarily mean you stay there.
Mm-hmm.
A raid is basically just you pass over, you take the wealth, and you leave. But the way he phrased them, the way his friend phrased it, he said, we'll take it back from them. So does that mean that they want to take this land? If they do, does that count as his land?
I hope so.
And can they use it to maybe go back into Alfred's good graces?
Unless the people that he
Unless he doesn't care anymore.
liberate the land from or hold it to him and they decide to follow him instead. So by taking back the lands, for example, land after land, he's gonna create maybe his own army and be more powerful than Alfred, do you think?
Well, no, he's not going to be more powerful than Alfred.
No, I know.
At least not now. Alfred still has a whole country, a kingdom. I say, the thing is, he needed Alfred because he had no army. He would have taken back Bebbanburg by fighting his uncle, but he had no allies, nothing to fight with. It's true that if he does, if he decides, fuck Alfred, I'll just go at it my own way, he gets that place, and people decide to leave Alfred and follow him, then he has power. And then if it, keeps increasing, he could maybe fight for Bebbanburg himself. Mm-hmm. In that case, he doesn't have to follow Alfred. But I'm just not sure Alfred will let that go without doing anything.
No, I don't think so.
He's all in his head. By the way, that the speech he gave and about splitting the armies, and then later on about how he doesn't feel like he inspires people. And then we get Uthred being told that, people will follow you because he acts, Alfred is a thinker. That's fine. We need one. But I felt it before, and I felt it this episode too. When it comes to fighting, he's so in his head that he doesn't think about the interest of everyone, in his army. He sent them on that hill, not really thinking about who he was sending over there, not really thinking about, how things were going to go, because Ubba could have had a huge army and they could have all died. Like, they were about to all die if it wasn't for Uthred. He didn't think about this because the best strategy is to split and not allow them to walk around in Wessex. Mm-hmm. That makes sense technically, but then what do you do to your soldiers if you don't think about them a little bit with your heart instead of your head? Things will go badly and people won't like you. They won't follow you.
And if you think about it, technically Alfred's army didn't went into battle yet. They just stayed at camp. Mm-hmm. So what was the point in splitting?
Well,
them?
It's because they didn't have time to get there. It happened really fast on the hill. That's why they just joined. They were gonna go into battle with Guthrum. That was gonna happen. So yeah. But he did that last episode with the hostage thing, He sent people as hostages despite the fact that the priest was telling him over and over again, you know what they do to priests, you know what they'll do to me. He's like, no, well, our goal is to spread the word of God, and I'm hearing that Guthrum is interested, so you go there,
and if you die, you will have served the Christ.
Yeah, he always comes up with an explanation, but he doesn't think with his heart as much as with his head, and that means the relationship he's creating with his followers is not as strong.
As much as a thinker that he is, I don't think that he's thinking what he's doing to people that he sent in his place.
Well, that's because he doesn't have empathy. He doesn't empathize. He's a good thinker.
Would he have done it if he was in their place? If he was in the place of that priest?
I do
the
think
place of older Oda?
I do think that him being king, he gets that he has to do a lot of sacrifices himself, for sure.
But it's fine if
that,
it's not him, because his sacrifices should just not eat meat.
No, but he cannot offer himself as a hostage. That's logical. He's like, I am king. I also do my fair share of sacrifice.
But the thing is, he does not hesitate to send others as sacrifice.
Well, it is kind of his job. What I'm saying is that he does it, like, it's true he has to make hard choices. He's got to, strategize and do stuff. He had to choose, hostages. But then he doesn't sympathize. He doesn't empathize. He doesn't have empathy at all. And he thinks with his head, which is fine, but he should also allow his heart to speak from time to time.
Which remind me of Lord Oda, the father, not the son. If you compare him to Alfred, Oda thought about his men. He didn't want for them to die for nothing or for them to die.
At first he was focused on a task. It was like, we stay on the hill. I was worried he was not going to listen to advice. People were telling him, if we stay here, we'll die. And he was like, no, we need to do that. He was kind of doing like Alfred was doing, thinking about what they need to do instead of how they're going to do it. How that's going to be possible. Because pride is important. Strategy is important. They are the last kingdom, with Saxons in charge. I get it. You do not want to give them way. You do not want to suffer a loss, because that would lower your morale. I get it. Sometimes though, it's better to retreat a little bit and attack later on and come back stronger. Or you come up with strategies and you think outside of the box if that's an issue. That's what Uthred did. And I love that the older Uda kind of gave him the opportunity to show his own strategies and his own ideas, because if he had stuck with, okay, no, we're doing this by the book, exactly like Alfred told us, that's the strategy I came up with, that's what he told us about, the first one that stops fighting will come back and aid the other, that's what we're doing, that's how things are going to go. And then something happens and he still sticks to his plan and he doesn't listen to advice. I feel like that's sort of what Alfred is doing, He's so sure that his plans are right that he doesn't really listen to other people, because I think he believes, and it's true, it was true with the priest, although he ended up being right. People will tell him, well, your plan is not that good, because they fear what's going to happen to them. But you do not, you want to commend these people, you have to listen to them here and there. You have to, empathize. And Ada at first did not. But eventually he had, Uthred come up with an idea and he listened, and I love that, because that's what you should do. Listen to advice. Connect with the people that fight with you.
We all know that good words, inspiring words can do a lot, but people often will just will follow someone that's gonna show them.
That too.
Show them.
That too.
You need to have a good combination between words and action, not just words like Alfred, and not just action like with Uthred.
when it comes down to getting the respect of someone, empathizing is great, and then yes, actions do a lot to gain you the respect of your men, especially if they are fighters. Uthred went there alone to light the fires. He gave them an out when they did not have one. So he did something which led to their victory. Cool. Alfred, being all in his strategies, hasn't done that before. He sends others. And I did say that before, and I will say it again. As a king, he cannot offer himself up as a hostage. But still, there's a difference. And him being king doesn't make things easier, but there are ways for kings to show that they are willing to fight with their men, and do what's necessary with their men, despite what it does to them. And he hasn't done that yet. He sends them as hostages. He sends them to battle without thinking about how that's gonna, affect them in their numbers, because they will die. Because all he thinks about is his dream and how to obtain it. Like I said, he's all in his head.
I have a question for you though. Do you think that Alfred passed way too much time praying?
Well, the thing with Alfred is he's always been, like we said before, a man of God.
Yeah, I know that.
His whole thing was religion. So, he has to do that, because that's why people, trust him, sort of. You know, that's who he is. And that's what people follow, and you know, in England, we're not at, you know, we're not there yet, you know, where people will start putting the religion aside to follow other things. You know, religion is still very much ingrained, and they listen to religion. The only reason why we might think that in this show, oh, I mean, we're doubting how much he's praying, we're doubting his ways and stuff, it's because we follow a Dane who doesn't give a shit about prayers and who doesn't give a shit about the Christian God.
I mean, most of the time that we sing Alfred is in prayer, is in praying, is in at peace in the church. I mean, you thought.
Well, I mean,
we're talking about actions and showing your man that you're worth following.
Yeah, but he's kind of like
pass
Ubba.
you pass half the time in a church praying.
Ubba was also listening to his gods, and he was also constantly asking them for advice.
He wasn't always praying to the gods, you know.
Well, no, he had his sorcerer with him to do that for him.
True.
So, I mean, people like... The thing is, if you don't follow religion, you've got people who will take you away. They will, you know, let someone else be king, you know? I remember in Vikings, you remember when Alfred made, like, he was very much into religion, but he also made one move to promote writing, books and stuff, and knowledge that should be spread to everyone, not just people in the church. And they got so mad.
Oh, but
that's dangerous.
We do know that the church didn't want people to be able to
True.
read
the church has
sacred scripture.
It's stupid of a king to, you know, underestimate the church in this era. The church has a lot of power, and the church, even though the king has the power, you know, the king can do a lot, the church is still very much in control. So being okay with the church, you know, following the church is a good thing. It's true he should not, you know, put everything in that basket, considering, like we were saying before, we thought, you know, he opened his horizons, and he did accept Uthred in his, you know, in his castle. He listened to him. He's giving him chances, but it always comes back to the church, which is why Uthred was so mad in this episode.
Yeah.
Because the church is the one that hands the justice, and the church is wrong a lot of the time. Because it follows its own interests.
Yeah.
Anyway. Their ways are very different, of course, and it was bound to clash. And he tried, and it did not work. And I don't know how Alfred needs to calm down, you know, for what happened during the prayers. I do think he still heard them. And the guy who spoke to Uthred after, I mean, he was right. The thing is, it doesn't matter if you did what you did. What matters is who got to Alfred first, you know, who got to tell the story. But the people that fought with him will not forget. And I do think that, you know, Mildred was saying, oh, justice comes to those who wait, have faith. I get it. You know, I get that you should sometimes believe in others, you know, to do the right thing, believe in Alfred to make the right decision, and he should not have barged into the church like he did. I also get his frustration because, yeah, justice will come to those who wait, but sometimes it takes years and sometimes it doesn't happen. And he's not that man now, you know, who waits for potential, you know, justice to come.
He's not a patient man. Maybe he will never be one. But I'm scared that his anger act right now is going to affect his relationship with Mildred.
Well, yeah.
She just saw him kill a man in front of her. She's not
like the baptism thing. That's something that she cherished. That's something that she wants. You want a future as a Saxon elderman. Buddy, you should baptize your son.
True.
Because otherwise, people will, you know, challenge his claim later on. If he's not baptized, I said it, the church is in control. You are baptized, so at least people give you some people give you the benefit of the doubt. They do call you a Dane, they do call you a pagan, that's okay,
yeah,
yes,
but
it's
people
true.
know that you were baptized as Uthred, son of Uthred.
Well, at least, yeah, you can use that as a card. If you don't baptize your son, and you still want a future as a Saxon elderman, just watch his future be shit. He is going to be challenged. And honestly, it's fine. You want to teach him, you know, the Viking way. That's great. You want to teach him about the gods. You want to teach him about Odin. That's fine. Do that. Not, you know, being baptized did not stop him from being, you know, from learning about this thing. It's true that he is being ostracized by the Vikings because of that. So maybe, you know, him choosing my son will be a Dane is kind of like it's him picking sides basically. But if he wants his son to be a total Dane, a complete Viking, then forget about Bibbenberg.
Yeah, forget about fighting with Alfred. Just go back to your brother. But your wife won't come with you.
But I think she's forced to go with him. She's married to him. By the church and by God, she is forced to follow. I don't know if she could decide to fuck this. Like, I'm not following, but it's kind of her duty. She has no say at this point, so... Anyway, he still has time to calm down and change. He has to mature. He's still a child. By all means, he's very young. And he acts like he's very young. He's reckless. But yeah, his thing with Ubba was pretty cool though. Like,
the fight was great.
Yes, the fight was pretty cool. I'm glad that we got to see it. Like, we saw him fight before, but this felt like a proper fight choreography. And it was brutal as fuck.
I do like that he decided to put himself
on the same,
more or less the same state as his opponent, as Ubba.
But not be stupid. Like, the thing is, Ubba underestimated him.
Boots.
Well, Ubba underestimated him, and that's why he lost.
Compared to Uthred, Ubba got many years in fighting.
But he underestimated Uthred, and that's why he lost, because he didn't think he needed protection. Hence the shot with his Achilles heel.
Don't remind me that, please.
We did not need a long shot of that,
but
I
think
fine.
Like the first time I saw maybe a shot that looked like that was maybe in the House of Wax.
Yeah, I think I saw it in Ostel first.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I remember that in one of the scenes,
Jeff
Zdarsky got cut his Achilles tendon.
It's a soft spot. You know, you don't want to see this. It makes you feel like like it happens to you. So,
but it was a great fight, and I love that even though that he didn't really like Ubba, he still respected him as a fighter and wanted him to be buried with his axe
Well, he knew he didn't have the axe though. He was saying at least we need to, bury him, but he was like with his axe, and the other was saying, oh, his axe is gone, so he knew the axe was gone.
Shit.
So, but he wanted to give them proper respect, which is the thing I always liked about Vikings and their ways. You respect your enemy, despite the fact that they're your enemy. They show great strength, courage, and abilities. You should respect that.
I mean, do you think that maybe Ubba and his men would have respect Uthred if he was the one
No,
to die?
because they see him as a Saxon slave.
Yeah.
Who killed Ragnar.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but Uthred knows the truth, and you shouldn't, be pity about it and be like, oh, I'll lower myself to his level and just not grant him the death he deserves, because he is a warrior and he is Ubba. Mm-hmm. He's important. And in that moment, of course, a lot of people probably acknowledge his skills, which is great, but him killing Ubba also means that a lot of people will probably hate his guts from now on, so...
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that develops. But right now, they all need to calm down. All of them. And then we will see what happens later.
At least we know that Guthrum's gonna be pretty in a tight spot now, because Ubba's army has been defeated.
Yeah, but he still has men. Mm-hmm. Ragnar is still with him with his men. Mm-hmm. And now that Ubba is gone, there's gonna be this need to avenge him, So we'll see. Anyway, so that was it for episode 5. Thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
Yes, and if you don't, the next one should be out on YouTube next week, guys. So we're gonna see you then.
Bye.
Bye, guys.